The sky is filled with thunder.
Shall I start? Shall I start?
This project is about children's voices.
The Sky is Filled with Thunder is an audio experience constructed from the voices of children, and people who come to listen to it experience it in a children's playground as night falls.
When somebody comes to see or hear the audio piece, they arrive at dusk and they're given a pair of headphones to wear, and everyone sits down and listens to an audio piece.
There are children there, but they're not really playing, they're just being present. When people come to listen to this piece, which we've constructed from the voices of children, they also listen to, through the same headphones, they listen to the sounds that are all around them. So it's a weird experience, because simultaneously you're listening to this pre-recorded, pre-constructed artwork made of voices, but you're also still listening to traffic, birds, the wind, the aeroplanes going over.
I can hear birds humming, I can hear dogs barking, I can hear cats meowing, I can hear cars honking, I can hear aeroplanes.
So we chose to make an audio piece because of our desire to really focus in on children's voices. We thought that if we got rid of everything else, lose the visuals and have those voices very directly into adults' ears, then they would be able to listen really accurately to exactly what they're saying.
They're literally inside your head. You can feel the inside of your head vibrating with their voices.
I feel invisible.
I feel upset. I feel really excited.
I am feeling sad. I am angry. I am confused. I am hopeful. And I am loving.
We thought it was really interesting to find a place where adults are not usually invited to be, and we thought it'd be really interesting to bring them to a playground when children are not there, so at dusk. What I think this project is about is kind of delving deeper into their inner emotions, their feelings, everything that's going on for them internally.
This project is an attempt to make a space that does that, a space that invites people to come together and to pay some proper attention to what some children have to say.
Wherever we're touring to, we make it with the children who are from that area. So at the moment we're working somewhere, and we have worked with a school and a youth centre, for example, and the project is very much about those children in that place, everything that they're thinking and feeling and doing.
We've heard the stories and the experiences and the dreams and hopes of these children who live in Thamesmead in 2022. So although for Fevered Sleep this is a project which will have hopefully a long life, and we'll keep remaking in different places with different children, it's also a unique one-off piece every single time, because those children are unique and their experiences a one-off experience that can't ever be replicated anywhere else.
So I live in Thamesmead, which is a happy place for me, but not really happy place for other people. And I play in the gardens and I go to my neighbour's house. We do barbecues, like all our neighbours except from people on top, because we don't really know them.
The first time I came, I thought it was just going to be adults, like speaking and like that, because sometimes whenever I do projects, adults speaks a lot. And I thought it was just going to be adults, but the children is just going to sit down and watch. But yeah, it's not like that.
I'm constantly surprised by what children have to say to us and the little things that come out which are not necessarily to do with the question that we've asked. And I suppose what's surprising is the sad things that we hear, the upsetting things that we hear, alongside really joyful, brilliant things.
I asked my mum, where's my dad? And then she was like, he's in another country. I just felt like I could just go back to, I just felt like I could go where my dad is and then bring him here. And it's kind of tough.
It feels great, and it gives me more confidence, because at school I don't really got lots of confidence. I'm kind of the quiet one. Like listening to children's idea help you out. sometimes, and you might disagree or agree sometimes. So that's what I think.
More often than not, children are either told what to say or they're told not to say anything at all. It's not that common that adults just sit down and listen. Usually, children are told to sit down and listen.
I don't think that children are often given the opportunity and really given the invitation to speak exactly as they want to.
More than anything, we just want people to leave and to remember that children can tell us everything that we need to know. We just need to get better at listening to them.
As long as you have someone that loves you, that's the reason that you should be happy. And if you have a family, you don't need to be rich. You don't need to be rich to have friends. You don't need to change yourself to have friends. And no one should change you, ever. Everyone have the right to just be loved, just be with someone that you love. And everyone have the right. Everyone got the right to spend time with the people and not let every child that person. Everyone got the passion of parents and not let